Winters.
And good morning. It is 39 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, of course, Amy McVay-Tellez with the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico back with us. Also, Angela Strange with the Kids Arts Program and the star of Saturday. Next Saturday. Melanie Borbas. Good morning. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited.
Good deal. So, if you're thinking star, what are we talking about? All right. Let me back up a little bit. Reel everybody in. Next Saturday, the 17th of September, the Kids Arts Program, which is a part of the Roswell Community Little Theater. It's an education program where these children learn every aspect of theater, and they learn a lot of other stuff through theater too. So it's not just the acting and thespian stuff, but sound and lighting and design and costuming and every aspect of it. But during all this, they also learn a lot about local, Roswell and, their community and history and things like that. So Historical Society said, we kind of do that kind of stuff. That's kind of our bag, educating people and doing things. And so they partnered for a couple of events here. If you remember Graveside Manor, that's an event where folks go out to South Park Cemetery, and you might meet some young men and women that are standing by some graves dressed up in funny outfits, and then they start talking. Using all big words and stuff. I'm just kidding. But they basically they're doing chautauquas and introducing some of Roswell's forefathers to people and some of the more famous, current residents of the South Park Cemetery. Well, they said, all right, maybe the cemetery's a little morbid. We're gonna, let's go take it to places people don't want to hang out in a cemetery on a Saturday for some reason. So. So they said, so let's go to the Historical Society and we'll do a living history event. And you had, the first one was, back in the spring, I guess it was? When was that?
Last fall.
Last fall. Was it been a year?
Yes.
No, I thought it was like back in May or April or something. No.
Where does the time go?
Has it been that far? Oh, man. I'm getting old. I was like, this is last week. But it was a huge success and everything. And that one,
Oh, I wanted to be in that one, but I couldn't because I was doing another play.
And that one was centered more on your husband.
Yeah. I did the tour, but I don't quite remember it because there's a lot going on.
So, but yeah, they spotlight, of course, it's the J.P. White house at the museum and the White family and calls home. And so it was himself, J.P., and a few of his friends at the last one. But so we're doing it all over again. And I guess this one, we're still doing historical figures, but this is kind of from Mrs. White's perspective a little bit here. So, and of course, Melanie here plays Mrs. White on the 17th. Yes. So we want to invite folks to come out. It's going to be a fun event for the entire family, kids, mom, dad, everybody. Come on out. It's going to be September 17th. Officially gets underway at 10 a.m. Goes to about 2. It is a come and go event. They would like you to reserve a spot. Yes. But if you forget or you're busy or whatever and you're like, oh, man, it's 11 o'clock and Saturday, I forgot, come on down anyway. We'll find a way for you to meet Mrs. White here. And
where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right.
That's right.
But I guess I've talked enough. Kind of give the parts I'm missing here on some of the stuff that's happening Saturday.
Just make sure you go to roswelltheater.com, THRE at the end.
Yes.
And you can reserve your time. That way you don't have to wait. And we may have a special family activity gift for the first 10 people or so who do that.
The early bird literally gets the worm
yes.
here. Yeah, very good.
And I am very proud of this girl right here. She has adjusted and come for multiple extra rehearsal things for me.
Well, tell a little bit about yourself. How old are you? What are you doing when you're not playing Mrs. White? All that good stuff.
Well, I'm homeschooled, so I get more opportunities to go to a lot of activities. I'm 14, and I usually don't do a lot of extroverted things, but I'm really happy doing theater, and it's a lot of fun being able to help talk about historical figures in Roswell. So it's really fun to do.
So did you have any kind of theater desires prior to being a part of KAPS, or was it just something you said, I'll do this, and then you got bit by the bug, so to speak?
Well, for a while I was really nervous and I didn't like doing anything theater because I didn't want to be on stage, but my friends started going, so I was like, hey, maybe I'll give this a try.
Peer pressure gets you every time.
Exactly. But it's actually really fun getting to be on stage and making stories for people, or even doing historical society and telling people about stories about people who have lived here before.
Yeah.
It's
so
a lot
cool.
of fun.
So you really, so the history is kind of what drew you in. You were kind of like, you peel back a layer and you're like, this is kind of neat. This is something I didn't know. And then you peeled back another layer and now you're full on just in a rabbit hole. And yeah, I get you. But so I got to ask is, I'm going to put you on the spot here. What are some of the traits of Mrs. White that you kind of admire you yourself? Or is there anything you read about her or learned about her? You're like, maybe that's something I can adopt in my own personal life.
Yeah, well, there's not a lot of information on her since she's too local, but we did get some information from her granddaughter, Mary Lou.
Okay. So some family stories and history.
And she seems like a very nice person. She had to cook, but she loved to help in the kitchen. She made a lot of food for her husband.
Okay. When
her grandkids stayed over, she would play with them, and she would tell stories. She would sometimes go and sleep with them, and she was just really fun.
Just ran the household.
Yeah.
Okay.
She made sure that it was always fun. She had guests over. She was very friendly, and it says that when she was older, some of the ladies that lived near her and moved in with her.
Oh, wow. So
yeah.
So almost she was kind of like the host.
She was the host. She wanted to make sure everyone had fun. She was very friendly.
And then exactly, that person that, it's usually it's the mom just because it is, but not always. But usually that person in the household that's the glue that just like if they go away for a day or two, it's just all falls apart.
Oh yeah, my mom, she had to go on a business trip, and she's only gone for 3 days, but I already miss her so much.
Yeah. So you can relate.
Yes, I can.
Good deal. So I'm curious. Before doing this project, did you even know who she was, or know anything at all about her? Or,
no.
I don't know for some of your homeschool stuff. If you had learned anything about local Roswell history before doing this, or did this all come through this project?
Well, I did know about Historical Society before, but I didn't know a lot of the characters. I knew it was a place that had a lot of pictures and
history stuff.
Yeah, but I didn't really know a lot of the characters. I've been there once and I did a tour, but that was when I was younger.
Okay.
So I don't remember much of anything.
Gotcha. So, but now you're pretty well versed in the house and everything else. I'm curious, what's your favorite room in the house?
My favorite room? Oh, I love the whole house. I love the decorations. I don't know. It's either got to be the bathroom on the first floor or not the bedroom, but the dressing room.
Mm-hmm.
It had a lot of 1920s clothes, and I love that fashion.
So you like you just like seeing the lifestyle stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That toilet. You ever want to pull the?
Sometimes,
It's tempting, isn't it? You always want to pull the chain.
Amy's looking like, no, please don't anybody do that.
Yeah, no one do that. But every time you see it, you want to.
Yes.
I didn't know if that was just me. I just walk every time I walk around. Let me look, and I want to tug this thing.
And the tile was also amazing. It was all pink. It was kind of short, though. Everything was a little bit shorter than in a regular house, but it was still really beautiful.
Yeah, well, we were shorter people back then. I got to ask, as a lady, one of the things that is cool to see in there, a turn-of-the-century type relic, is the hair dryer in there, the women's beauty parlor hair dryer. How much money would it take for you to put your head in that thing?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to get electrocuted.
Looks so nervous, doesn't it? Feel like you committed a capital crime when you get in that thing. But that was the way of the world back then.
Yeah, it was.
And I imagine that was a high luxury item for the day too. And that's something that, and I think especially children your age and things like that, I think when you go through and tour that house, and let's face it, that house was elite for its time.
Yes,
I mean, that's high society. The best luxuries available of the period were in that home. And so things that we look at is like, oh my gosh, but that toilet you're talking with the pull, you don't realize how much of a luxury that was for some people during that era to have something like that. You know, most of them were still going to the bathroom in a little shed with a moon on the door. Back, you know, to have that. And just so, to me, I think that's the cool part, is just seeing, you know, this is what high society looked like at the turn of the century. 19, not the new one. You know, and so to me, that's cool. So I'm glad you kind of, because it looks like you kind of dig. Because I'm that same guy. Like, you go in the kitchen, you open the shelves to look at all the old products in the pantry and things like that.
And it just blows my mind that this is what they use. And I'm like, whoa, that looks so cool.
Yeah. Do you think you could survive in that world? You know, I know you've lived modern time and cell phones are stuck to our hands and everything else now. But
honestly, if I didn't live in this time, I would live in that time, because I love it.
Yeah.
I love how simple it kind of was.
So I'm kind of curious. What would be your activities, things you would enjoy doing during that time period? Obviously, you can't do today. Like, you know,
yeah, no phones, no laptops.
Yeah, people today, it's like, oh, I like to, get on my phone and do this, or chat with my friends on Facebook or Snapchat. I mean, I know I'm
I would probably have a lot of get-togethers. Just have a lot of people come and talk and have fun.
A lot of parlor entertaining and things like that. Okay.
I'd also love to read, because reading is actually quite nice when you don't have any distractions, because then you're like, oh, but I have to do this and that, and if you just have peace, you can read.
And there's a lot less distractions in that house. I mean, there's not a TV going 24/7 or telephone ringing or any of that kind of stuff. So yeah. Very cool. Now living in that home, would you like to live? Could you get used to living in a home like that?
Get used to that. That was very nice. I walked through the whole house, and I'm still amazed with all the stuff that's there.
All right, now playing Mrs. White, it's an amazing house. But now that you're Mrs. White, guess who has to clean, cook?
Oh no!
Do all the work in that big ginormous house.
Well,
I'm sure JP White wasn't doing it. I'm just saying.
No. I did find out she did have a cook that would cook for her, but she still loved to go and help cook, and she made one of her staples was fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and homemade lemonade.
That should be everybody's staple.
Yeah.
We don't live to 12, but it would be good.
Oh yeah.
But well, cool. So I'm glad. It sounds like you've really embraced and loved and really kind of, once you got involved here, you really started peeling back and saying, this is cool stuff. I really like it. And so I think a lot of other people experience the same thing you are, Melanie. Is the experiencing these things that maybe you read about or you might know very little about, but when you see the history firsthand, when you walk into that home and you see the pillars and you see the big staircase and you see these different rooms and stuff, and that's it. This is the people 100 years ago were walking in this, because this is where they lived. They're going to the bathroom, they were going to the to the parlor, they're going to bed at night, they're living their lives in this home. And it's pretty cool to kind of think what was going on. Like, you sit in a room and just I wonder what a typical night was like in this room, back at the turn of the century.
It's one thing to go to a museum and read about all this history, even in a bigger city, but it's another thing to go to a museum and have people actually talking about their character and playing them, because then you can see maybe what they were like and their activities and hobbies.
That living museum, that real actual. It's not just a dusty relic sitting on a shelf somewhere. There's a meaning and story behind it.
Telling you about it.
Yeah, exactly. So for folks, like I said, it's from 10 until about 2. They're asking to reserve a time. Again, you can go to the Roswell Community Little Theater's website, Roswell Theater, TheaterOrg, and go there and reserve your time. Well, by the way, you can get tickets for their upcoming show while you're there too, if you want to purchase it.
Agatha Christie's Unexpected Guest.
Heard
a little bit of rehearsal. It's going to be awesome.
I think it's a big one. They're pretty excited. I know the directors, and we were talking with them a couple months ago about the previous show, and big Agatha Christie fans, so they were very excited to get into digging into this project. So, but definitely get your tickets for that. But yeah, get your tickets. It's asking for $5 donation.
Yes.
And again, that's money that goes to Kids Arts Program, goes to the Historical Society, so it's going back to doing more stuff like this. That's what that money is being used for. So
we want to encourage individuals, if they're not able to attend for any reason, to consider contacting at the museum or contacting the KAPS program. We'd love to have pay it forward tickets for people that can afford to. We're still taking donations to allow this event to happen.
Okay.
But behind all events is a lot of expenses to make this happen. Everybody that purchases a ticket will get a goodie bag.
Yes.
Amazing silent auction items. So that
Listen,
that
Melanie
in
eats
itself,
all the goodies in there. I don't know.
John LeMay and Donna Blake Birchall will be on the porch signing books, and those books are available.
Unless Mrs. White kicks them off.
That,
it is her porch.
They better behave themselves.
And shenanigans out on the porch. You spill lemonade, we're going to have a problem.
A little birdie told me John LeMay's birthday's the day before, so he better behave himself or she might kick him off.
That's right. Put him in the hair curler thing as his birthday.
And one thing we haven't talked about, Angela worked so hard, is after we get to experience this tour, there's a lot of hands-on activities in the archives. That might be worth it.
That's when. Yeah, please don't leave when you're done going to the museum. Walk right next door to the archives facility. There's a bunch of projects that the kids will love. I think the adults might get a few kick out of one of these.
I think they enjoyed it more than the kids last year.
Yeah, usually. You're not doing it right. Give it to me.
And there's even going to be something to fill the tummy.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. Yes, we always have to have food. So my committee was like, what food is it going to be this time?
We should have started with the food. That's
I was going to say, maybe Mike will show up. Yeah. See, I didn't know if he was going to volunteer. We said food.
We said food,
He's like, I heard there's food.
Food is always the best part.
That's how I walk into every event with I hear there's food.
Yes. Get all free food. It tastes good.
But there is also another fundraising fun way to help out too. If you would like to, I guess you're gonna win something regardless. But if you want to play a little lady luck and try your lady luck a little bit, there is an opportunity for you to purchase or break into a safety deposit box that may or may so it's a fun little game that they're doing, and you can win some cool little prizes and things, but it's kind of set up like the old vault that's been stuck to you at the safety deposit box hasn't been opened in a long time, and what treasures lie in these safety deposit boxes. So if you want to have a little other way to help out both organizations here and having a little fun and win some more swag for yourself, please come by and purchase a safety deposit box or two to
and you can order, it's a raffle setup, and you can do that online as well. When you go on to get your tickets, you can also buy raffle tickets right there online or on the day of the event. Okay,
perfect. So whichever way you do it, or do both, get one or two online, and then while you're there, get another one or something like that. But get you raffle tickets. But again, September 17th, not this Saturday, next Saturday. It's going to all be happening at the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico, 200 North Lee Street. It'll be the J.P. White House there on the corner of 2nd and Lee, and then the archives facility right next door. I mean, literally, you park in the middle, and then you go one way to the house, the other way to the archives facility there. Yep. Can't miss it. So
normally when you come, you park in the center, but because we have all the activities going on, we keep everybody safe, so we're going to be parking along the side of the road.
Gotcha. And usually there's a little parking across the street there, too.
Right behind all subs, and then on the north side of the archive facility.
Yeah. Put this way. We'll get you a spot.
That's exactly right. Somebody like Mike Winters, look for crazy neon shirts. Maybe directing traffic.
Fishnet stockings and a T-shirt directing around. But and of course, if you have any questions or anything, like I said, go to check out the Roswell Communal Theater's website. RoswellNMHistory.org is the website for the Historical Society that you can check out. Roswell Theater, theatre.org for the Community Little Theater. But either website will get you information on this. But if you want to learn more about other Historical Society things, maybe go to the Historical Society side. If you want to learn more about some of the upcoming shows and things for, I almost said KAPS, Community Little Theater, then go to the website there and check it out. So good deal. Is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to
when
get?
I walked into the building, I noticed there was a sign that said this is a J.P. White building, but I'm not sure.
It is. Well, he didn't live here. He didn't live here, but yeah, they named the building after him.
That is cool. Isn't that amazing? So
I love that.
I was almost going to do a joke on you. It's like, no, that's not J.P. White. That's Jerry Peter White. He's a different guy.
He does say things like that, so watch out for him.
We don't talk about him. I'm just kidding. Same guy.
That's funny.
But yeah, definitely come on out, have some fun. It should be a good time. And of course, if you have children that hey, how do I get involved with the KAPS program and things? Come and learn about it. Come out and learn. Angela will be happy to tell you more about it and tell you when the next classes start and all that good stuff. So if you want to learn more about that, or if you're interested in being a part of Community Little Theater, come on out and talk to them. They can put you in touch with the right people to, even if you're like, I don't want to audition. I don't want to be on the stage.
No.
You need help with sound and lighting or making sure the actors get where they need to get to behind the scenes, then they're always looking for those volunteers.
Or you can help with the set. We always need help with the set.
Yeah, that's true. Nice. That's true. Usually somebody's moving or knocking something around, and you got to do all that. So, very good. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for coming in. Enjoy. We look forward to seeing Mrs. White here. And
yeah, I'm excited to see all the people that come.
Do you have to get like a lot of layers for the dress?
No, thankfully, no.
Okay. I didn't know there's like
one dress.
Corsets and bonnets and pretty soon it's like, hey, you'll be able to breathe someday. You don't need to breathe right now. Very good. All right, it is 9:00. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.